Now, the Congress Working Committee in Delhi is underway. In fact, the letter bomb that has rocked the Congress party is actually a response to a new Congress executive team that had been planned for more than a month ago now. In fact, India Today magazine has learned from sources that Rahul Gandhi wanted old guard to go and planned mega overhaul after Sonia Gandhi's exit. In fact, India Today magazine also learned that Rahul Gandhi wanted team to guide the next chief of the post. Sources say that Rahul Gandhi proposed 3 vice presidents in the party, 1 political secretary and 3 new general secretaries. Like we said, he wants to somehow decentralize the power, having 3 new general secretaries, 1 political secretary and 3 vice presidents to ensure that the party is led by able hands, those senior leaders within the Congress party. There you see some names as well that we are flashing on your screens there. A.K. Anthony, who could be one of the front runners, including Manmohan Singh, of course, Mallikarjun Kharge, senior Congress leader from Karnataka, also Sushil Kumar Shinde, who are the front runners for vice president's post. But again, of course, now proper formal process, electoral process has not yet been designed. So are these names just speculations, or is it something that the Congress is mulling over? We'll know in just about an hour or 2 after this meeting concludes. The CWC meeting currently underway, Congress party there deciding who is now to lead the party, the Congress party. In fact, let's quickly cut across to Kaushik Dekar joining us, reporting from Delhi. Kaushik, the young brigade, the old Turks, again the story continues, the saga continues now when we're coming at a juncture where the Congress party is deciding on who is to lead the party. Should it be a non-Gandhi family member? Of course, the Gandhi family itself is hesitant. The Congress members are now deciding what next. What do you think is ensuing in the CWC meeting currently? We hear there's a lot of discussion about Sonia Gandhi wanting, in fact, they want her to stay for a little longer.
See, more than the CWC meeting, that Congress needed a new leader after August 10, when Sonia Gandhi completed 1 year. It was known to everyone, and the party was actually working towards it, and Rahul Gandhi had took initiative towards that, though he is not inclined to come back as the president, but he and Sonia Gandhi and a few other senior leaders, they had planned a new team and they had proposed several names. As we mentioned, there are some names for vice president, for instance, P. Chidambaram, Digvijay Singh, even the young Jitendra Singh. They were supposed to be vice presidents. One of the 3 of them would have been picked as vice presidents. Then they needed a political secretary. Now, the names that have been popped up as political secretary, if you go by those names, Ajay Maken, Randeep Surjewala, these names are people who are actually Rahul's choice. So, in future, the idea was to create a team which should have all Rahul Gandhi stamps. And as you can see, if you see the new general secretaries, those who would have been included. Right. There would be a lot of general secretaries, but 3 new names, I'm just giving you an example, Manika Tagore, Sushmita Dev. These people are all from Rahul Gandhi camp. So once these people are promoted, the oldies or the people who have who were signatories to those that letter, they felt that their time in the Congress is up. So to preempt a Rahul Gandhi return, and Rahul Gandhi was not willing to come back himself, but he wanted, before the new president, the issue of president is settled, he wanted a team, a comprehensive team, which can work not just in the AICC offices, but also on the ground, and can take his voice, who could be his voice, or at least the policies and ideologies that he tries to preach, can take those to the people. He wanted people like that to represent the party in official positions. So once these group of people felt that their time is up in the party, they threw that letter just to preempt the team that was speculated to be formed after August 10th. So this fight, this letter writing and the CWC meeting, Sonia Gandhi quitting, it was most of it was pre-decided. Sonia was in any case, he was supposed to take a backseat after August 10th. The only key question was, if not Sonia Gandhi, if not Rahul Gandhi, if not Priyanka Gandhi, would be the Congress president. So that is where a lot of speculation is coming up. And
so according to you, Dekha, do you believe that the electoral process will happen anytime soon? Do you think they'll run into it as quick? Because now it's already understood that Sonia does not want to continue.
At the moment, they will create a time frame. Sonia will remain at the helm for now. She will say that, okay, I'm giving you people this 1 month, 2 months, or whatever time frame, and find a new president. But this time, the process will begin. It is not like last time.
Absolutely, but somehow it's delayed already that long, considering that Sonia Gandhi itself has carried forward as an interim Congress president for this long, over a year now. Rahul Srivastav also joining us, our political editor there. Rahul, what we hear is that Sonia Gandhi is unwilling. She refuses to continue any longer. A proper electoral process is possibly in light. Is that what you believe as well? CWC meeting that's currently underway in Delhi, we are hearing that a lot of protests outside the meeting venue, where people are demanding for the Gandhi family to continue, fearing that the party, if not, will split. And it will be a downfall for the Congress party. Furthermore, if the Gandhi family moves out completely.
Nabila, it's a very old Congress trait of orchestrating situation like this. I have seen it over the last 3 decades. There have been several instances where there is a situation of this kind which is created. Now, if you see the letter written by 23, signed by 23 leaders, and what we are told that actually there were 303 leaders who endorsed the letter. Several of them sent their signatures digitally, but they were not. They were held back because the leaders didn't want to show that this was an organized rebellion of sorts, and it was an attempt to undermine. It should not be interpreted like that. The basic idea why the letter was written is what we were discussing earlier, is the fact that last year in August, when Sonia Gandhi was appointed, not interim, but actually a provisional president of the party, it was under the Rule 18H of the Congress Constitution that in the case of a death or a resignation of a Congress president, the senior-most General Secretary calls the Congress Working Committee, and a provisional president of the party is elected who oversees the election of a full-time president of the party. Now, that process was followed at that time in August last year, but for the last 1 year, no AICC meeting was called for the election of a president of the party. And that is why the leaders who have signed the letter are saying that this CWC meeting does not have a locus standi, because the process of discussing and electing a leader, the forum is AICC, not the Congress Working Committee. And we are talking about various combinations, but the fact is that Rahul Gandhi has said no, Priyanka Gandhi does not want to come in, Sonia Gandhi today has reiterated she can't continue, but it has been 1 year that there has been no process. So eventually, will the Congress today start the process of election of a new president, whosoever it may be and howsoever it may be? The fact is that an AICC session or AICC meeting or a voting by the AICC members has to be held. A timeline has to be announced. And that is what, today, if there is an attempt to push any kind of decision by orchestrating, say, these protests outside, if there is a statement that Sonia Gandhi likely to continue or any other, I think that might take a serious turn in the Congress party. The leaders who have written the letter want certain transparent manner of election of president.
Right. Rahul, thank you very much for joining us with those details. Clearly, we're looking at a long-drawn argument on who's going to lead the Congress party. Should it be a Gandhi family member or not? Considering the Gandhis are now unwilling, they want to move out, a decision should ideally be made. 1 year is too long for a decision to be made. Today, possibly the actual intent of the Gandhi family will come out post this meet. Thank you, Rahul, for joining us.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.